Hello dear students, in our previous sessions we discussed the first four parts of speech. We discussed noun, pronoun, verb and adverb. In this session, let us study further parts of speech. Let us continue with adjective. So let us understand the adjective with some examples. So let us see the examples now. The first example, Sita is a clever girl. And second one, I don't like that boy. He gave me 5 mangoes. There is little time for preparation. In the first example, Sita is a clever girl. Here the word clever describe what kind of girl Sita is. The word clever describes what kind of girl Sita is. So in the second sentence, I don't like that boy. Here the word that describes which boy you don't like. Which boy. The same way, he gave me 5 mangoes. Here 5 says how many mangoes. How many? It says the number. Similarly, in the last example, there is little time for preparation. So here the word little, this says how much time do you have for preparation? How much time? So here in the first example, clever describes what kind of girl is she, and in the second example, which boy you don't like? I don't like that boy. How many mangoes? 5 mangoes. And in the last example, how much time do you have for preparation? You have a little time for preparation. So an adjective is a word used to describe a person, place or thing. Many a time an adjective also tells the number. It is also used to tell the number, quantity and the quality. So an adjective is a word used to describe a person, place or an animal. Let us now see the types of adjectives. Here I have written some of the very important types of adjectives. Adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, adjective of number, distributive adjective, demonstrative adjective, and the last one is interrogative adjective. Let us understand the types of adjectives with some examples. Let us first discuss the adjective of quality. So what is an adjective of quality? Adjective of quality is a word used to talk about the quality of a person or a place or thing. For example, I'll just write Kolkata is the largest city. Largest city. Here in this example, you have a subject, you have a noun, Kolkata, which is a place. Kolkata is the largest city. What kind of city Kolkata is? Kolkata is the largest city. So that the word largest speaks about the quality of this place. So next, he is a wealthy person. In the second example, he is a wealthy person. Here you have a subject, he, that, and the word wealthy describes this person. Describes this person. What kind of person is he? He is a wealthy person. So like this, adjective of quality talks about the quality of a person or a place. So let us now discuss the adjective of quantity. So what is an adjective of quantity? Adjective of quantity is also a word which talks about the quantity of things. So let us understand the adjective of quantity with some examples. The first example you have, there is little milk in the jug. The second example, my father earns enough money. So in the first example, the adjective little. So this talks about the quantity of milk. How much milk you have in the jug? There is little milk in the jug. In the second sentence, the word enough talks about the quantity of the money. How much money does this person earn? So he earns my father earns enough money. So the adjective of quantity describes or talks about the quantity of things. So let us now see the adjective of number. So let us understand this with two examples. Two tigers were fighting in the jungle. Two tigers were fighting in the jungle, and the next one is she wrote 6 papers for BA. So I have already told adjective of number is a word that talks about the number of things. So here you have an exact number. Two tigers were fighting in the jungle and she wrote 6 papers for BA. So in adjective of number you have two different types. They are definite numerical numbers and indefinite numerical numbers. In case if I say all students passed in the exam. In the third example, you don't have an exact number, but whereas in the first and second, you have an exact number. The first example, you have two tigers were fighting in the jungle. In the second example, she wrote how many papers? She wrote 6 papers for BA. In the first two example, you have an exact number, whereas in third example, you don't have an exact number. Here, you have all. You don't have an exact number. How many students passed in the exam? All students passed. How many students were there? We don't know. You don't have an exact number in the third example. So you have two types in adjective of number, definite numerical numbers and indefinite numerical numbers. We'll discuss more about these things when we deal with the workbook. Let us now discuss the distributive adjective. So what is a distributive adjective? Distributive adjective is a word used to refer each and every person separately. Let us see the examples. Each boy was given a book. And the second one, every person should love his nation. Every person should love his nation. See here in the first example, each boy was given a book. Let us say in our class we have a group of 60 students and we have distributed everyone a book. Here, as I have told you, distributive adjective is a word used to refer each and every person. Though we have 60 students in number, we are not referring the group, but we are referring each and every students. So each boy was given a book. And in the second example, every person should love his nation. So we have a huge number of population in our country, and when we say every, it is an individual. We are referring to each individual and we say every person should love his nation. So thus, distributive adjective is a word that we use to refer each and every person. So let us now see the demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective is a word used to point out which person or thing we speak about. For example, this book is very, very interesting. And these flowers are beautiful. So I have written two examples here. First one, this book is very interesting. So what is a demonstrative adjective? Demonstrative adjective is a word used to point out which person or thing we speak about. We are We are talking about a particular book. Let's say you have a book in your hand. Think like a monk. So you have that book and you say that this book is very interesting. You are referring to a particular book and you say this book is very interesting. And you have seen a bunch of flowers and you say these flowers are beautiful. You are not referring to every flower, but you have seen a particular bunch of flowers and you say these flowers are beautiful. So the words like this and these are demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative adjective is a word used to point out which person or thing we speak about. The last one is interrogative adjective. What is an interrogative adjective? In one of our previous classes, we have also studied the interrogative pronouns. The same examples can be taken to interrogative adjective. Interrogative adjective is a word used to ask question. The words like what, which, where, when, etc. So these words are used to ask questions. So interrogative adjective is a word used to ask question. Okay students, we have studied the adjectives and its types. Let us move on to the next parts of speech, preposition. So let us study what is a preposition and its types. Let us understand the preposition with some examples. So let us see the examples now. The first example is, there is a cow in the field. And the second one, he is fond of sweets. And the last one is, the cat jumped off the table. In the first example, there is a cow in the field. In this sentence, the word in is a preposition. The preposition in shows the relation between two nouns. So what are the two nouns? Here the word in shows the relation between two nouns, one cow and the field. The preposition in shows the relation between the cow and the field. Cow is a noun and a field is also other noun. In the second example, he is fond of sweets. Here the word of is a preposition. This word of shows the relation between an attribute fond and the noun sweets. Here the fond is an attribute. It is an epithet. And this word of shows the relation between the word attribute fond and the noun sweets. In the last example, the cat jumped off the table. Here the word of, of is the preposition. This shows the relation between the action expressed by the verb jumped and the noun table. So a preposition shows the relation between two nouns and it shows the relation between an adjective and a noun, and then it also shows the relation between a verb and the noun. Now we can understand what is a preposition. A preposition is a word that connects two nouns, two pronouns or phrases to other words within a sentence. And another definition that I can give you is, a preposition is a word placed before noun or a pronoun to show in what relation the person or thing denoted by it stands in regard to something else. So let us see some important types of preposition. So here I have noted down some 4 important types of prepositions. The first one is preposition of time, the second one is preposition of place, the next one preposition of moment, and the last one is preposition of manner. Let us first discuss the first one, prepositions of time. Here I have written 3 important prepositions that come under prepositions of time. They are in, on and at. So where are we supposed to use these 3 prepositions, in, on and at? Here you can see the first word in, the preposition in is used to specify months or a year. For example, like I have written here, in March, we say in 2005, in 2010, like that. It is used to specify the particular time of a day. For example, in the evening, in the morning, in the afternoon. Like, it is also used to specify the month. It is also used to specify the time of a month. Like, for example, in the month of January, in the month of October, so on. And the next is, it is also used to specify the time of a year, like in the winter or in the summer, so on. And next, the preposition on. The preposition on is used to specify a day. For example, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday. And next, it is also used to specify the dates, like 7th of February or the 2nd of October, 15th of August, and etc. Next, it is used to specify the particular days. For example, on my birthday, on Republic Day, or on Independence Day. The next one, at. Where are we supposed to use this word, this preposition at? This at is used to specify the time of a clock, like at 3 o'clock, at 4:30, or at 7:30 p.m. like that. And the next, it is used to specify precise times, like at sunset, at noon, at lunch, etc. And on the right side of the board, I have also written some of the examples for prepositions of time, like till, until, up to, since, ago, before, after. These words come under prepositions of time. Let us move on to the next type of preposition, preposition of place. So let us now see the examples for prepositions of place. First example, there is a cup on the table. Ram sat beside Tara. The next one, a small stream runs below the bridge. He stood in front of the door. If you look at the first example, there is a cup on the table. You can identify the preposition. Like, what is there? There is a cup on the table. Where the cup is placed? The cup is placed on the table. The cup is placed on the table. So, in this sentence, the word on is a preposition. So, let us see the next example. Rama sat beside Tara. Where did Rama sit? Rama sat beside Tara. Next, a small stream runs below the bridge. A stream runs below the bridge. And he stood in front of the door. Where did he stand? He stood in front of the door. Now, you have 4 examples. You can observe the prepositions like on, beside, and below, in front of. These 4 examples describe the position of a person or a thing in relation to other person or thing. Like, there is a cup on the table. So the cup is placed on the table. This is the position. The surface of the table is the position. So the word on describes the position of this noun cup. And the next, Rama sat beside Tara. Here, on either side of Tara, we don't know which side, whether it is left side or right side. But Rama sat beside Tara. Beside, he sat next to Tara. So that is the position. So where did he sit? He sat next to Tara. So the word beside, the preposition beside describes the position of this noun Rama. So a small stream runs below the bridge. Where does the stream run? It runs below the bridge. So the preposition below describes the position of the stream. It runs below the bridge. Next, he stood in front of the door. He stood. Where did he stand? He stood in front of, just opposite to the door. So, in front of also describes the position of this person. So, prepositions of place describe the position of a person or thing in relation to other person or things. Let us move on to the next one now. So let us now see the examples of preposition of movement. Here the first example, I go to school by bus. He is walking along the path and he walks through the forest. Here in the first example, the preposition is by. In the second example, along is another preposition, and in the third example, through is the preposition. Here, if you look at these examples, you can understand that prepositions of movement are used to show the movement from one place to another place. Like, I go to school by bus. There is a movement of this noun. The preposition by is used to show the movement of this noun from one particular place to school. So in the second example, he is walking along the path. Here the word along is used to show the movement of this person. Where is he walking? And this also describes the movement. In the last example, he walks through the forest. Here the word, the preposition through is used to show the movement of this particular person. So the prepositions of movement are used to show the movement from one place to another place. Like on my left side of the board, I have written some of the examples for preposition of movement, like on, in, away from, into, down, along, off, etc. So let us now understand the next type of preposition, that is preposition of manner. So let us go to the examples. In the first example, the word with is a preposition. In the second example, the word with is another preposition. And in the last example, she left the room in tears. In is the preposition. Here you can understand Raju was angry with me and he was burning with anger. She left the room in tears. So if you look at these three examples, you can understand that the prepositions like with and in, these prepositions which come under the preposition of manner, they are used to describe the way things happen. So dear students, previously we have studied the preposition and its types. Let us now discuss the conjunction, the next parts of speech, conjunction. So what is a conjunction? Here you have another term, linker. So what is the difference between a conjunction and a linker? Is there any difference? So both the terms conjunction and linker give the same meaning, the similar meaning, but there is a slight difference between the conjunction and linker. So what is the difference between conjunction and a linker? I'll tell you. Conjunction is a word that joins together two sentences and sometimes words. So conjunction is a word used to connect or used to join two different sentences and sometimes that also joins together two different words. So next, what is a linker? Is there any difference between the definitions of conjunction and a linker? Linker is also a word or a group of words that link two parts of a sentence or that also link two ideas logically. So the conjunction is a word that joins together two different sentences and a linker that connects, that link two ideas logically. So let us see the examples. The first example for conjunction, she must weep or she will die. God made the country and man made the town. One and one make two. Next, the last example is, my heart is pure because I do not hate anybody. So you just see these examples. As I have told you, a conjunction is a word that joins together two sentences. Here the word or the conjunction or join together two different sentences, like she must weep is one sentence and she will die is another sentence. The word, the conjunction or is used to join two different sentences. Next, God made the country is one sentence and man made the town is other sentence. So the conjunction and is used to join these two sentences. One and one make two. I have already told you that a conjunction is used to join together two sentences or a phrases and also sometimes words. It also joins together, it also used to link two words like one and one. So the conjunction and is used to link two words. One and one make two. And the last one is, my heart is pure, one sentence, and because I do not hate anybody. I do not hate anybody is here the word, the conjunction because is used to link, is used to join these two sentences. So a conjunction is a word that joins together two sentences, that joins together sentences, phrases, sometimes words. So let us move on to the next parts of speech, that is interjection. So let us now see the last part of speech, that is interjection. What is an interjection? So why an interjection is used? Like I have written here, an interjection may express joy, grief, surprise or approval. And you must note one thing, an interjection will always end with an exclamatory mark. So let's see the examples. So the first example, hooray, we have won the game. And next, alas, she is dead. Wow, what a beautiful place. Next, shh, don't make noise. Here you have 4 examples, 4 interjections. One is hooray, alas, wow and shh. And these expressions, these words are used to express some sudden feelings and emotion. Now you can understand an interjection is a word used to express some sudden feelings and emotion. Like hooray is used to express the joy, alas is used to express the grief. When somebody is dead, when someone is no more. And when you have seen a serene beauty, you can express your sudden emotion, sudden feeling like, wow, what a beautiful place. Because you have seen the serene beauty around your place, around the place you are. And shh is used to ask the people not to make noise. Like the interjection is a word used to express some sudden feelings and emotion, and it always ends with an exclamatory mark. Dear students, I have just brushed up your knowledge in parts of speech. Let me conclude my session here. Thank you.